the five koshas that we have, they are gradually subtler. So the most gross is the Annamaya Kosh, which is the body that we see, and not just the outer body. All the components of the body are the Annamaya Kosh, which is our organs, our internal organs, and our sthula brain, our gross brain. The muscle basically, the gray matter, everything, all our karmendriyas, and the expositions of our Gyanendriyas. That is something which is the Annamaya Kosha. So the Annamaya Kosha is something, so a human has all five koshas. Right? So there is also a science on, basically there are, Ekakoshiya jivas, there are Dvikoshiya jivas, Trikoshiya jivas, and so on. We'll talk about that some other time. But the human has all five koshas. So the Annamaya Kosha develops the most from birth to 5 years of age.
Okay.
And that is the time. And by the way, the same process also happens in the Garbha. In Garbha also, these five koshas develop sequentially. And that is the reason we also see the changes in the mother, in her this thing. According to that, her diet, her vyavahar, her routine has to change, because as the kosha is progressing, you are supposed to feed to every kosha. That is one way. And after the child is born, from birth to 5 years of age is when the Annamaya Kosha develops the most. So by Annamaya Kosha, what is mean? That is the body is building. It is, there is a huge kapha pradhanata on the body, because it is kind of, building in. So there is a very innate need for consuming, for taking in. And you would see that as a Lakshana as well. If you give anything to a child, the child is going to take it to the mouth. Whether it is actually food, or it is a flower, or it is a toy, or even something which is might be bitter for you, that the child would actually try to take it to the mouth.
Yeah.
For that matter, even if the child catches hold of a small insect, the child will try to eat it. Because that is the innate need. That is how the nature has built, that everything will be consumed. So there is the diet which is becomes very important. And at the same time, and it is so not that all the koshas are not developing, but the most development, of the Annamaya Kosha happens, and the other koshas are yet to be, they're in a very dormant stage, and a very nascent stage. So for example, these now, because there is a need to consume, or rather intake, because the Annamaya Kosha is developing, at the same time there is a need for for abhivyakti. So, so whenever, for example, that is the reason it is said now in the modern researches, they say, of course, you can teach as many languages as you want, to a child who is probably less than 5 years old, which is actually very true. One, because there's a need to consume. So the child would, of course, consume. And because that is also the time for abhivyakti, for expression to develop. The nature, makes it conducive for the child to be able to basically grasp everything which will help the child to express. So that is the reason when you say that you teach more than one languages, or as many languages, the child grasps. You do not teach the grammar, you do not teach the structure of the, of a language, but the child still picks up and starts speaking correctly by the age of 4 or 5 years. Like initially only the words and so, but so we never taught them, the order of grammar. We never taught them the vocabulary per se, but the Sahaj Shiksha way, and because that is an innate need, that is the time the child learns them. Now between 6 and 12 years, so the idea is from a Shiksha perspective, Shiksha, I'm not talking about literacy. From a Shiksha perspective, what is it that is supposed to be given to the child so that their development continues and their development is optimized? That's what for example, the Sahaj Shiksha comes in very handy. One, because mother is in the best position to give that education to the child. That is the reason this entire concept of preschools is something which is, frankly speaking, detrimental to the growth of the child. And we can, it needs a separate session to talk about this entire aspect. But that is something which is, that's why mother becomes the most important person. And because it is a time the child is consuming with the mother, there's a very innate relationship that the child has with the biological mother. Whatever the mother is giving, the child takes in completely. And that is when the child kind of, learns the most. So along with the diet, and then what is the kind of diet you're supposed to feed to the child? Whatever is not detrimental to the growth is what you're not supposed to, what you're supposed to feed to the child. Whatever is detrimental, you're not supposed to feed to the child. So ahara has a very important aspect, in Shiksha. So unless a mother is educated, or whosoever is feeding the child is educated into what needs to be fed into the science of ahara, how would the mother actually know what is the right thing to feed? So then
Right.
otherwise there'll be a dependency for an entire system that some expert will come and tell the child about it. So that is the independent, that is the Swavalamban, which is part of our Bharatiya Shiksha or Sahaj Shiksha. Coming on to the next one, which is the Pranamaya Kosha, which actually develops the most from the age of 6 to 10 years. Pranamaya Kosha, by prana by we mean is the vital energy. All kind of balas and the activity, Kriya Shilta, Kriya Shakti is developing at its peak during 6 to 10 years of age. Now, that is
Wow.
where, again, from an education perspective, that is where the modern education system becomes a detriment itself. How? By that time, the formal education starts and child is supposed to sit 4 to 5 hours in the school.
Yeah, yeah.
One lecture after the other, one period after the other, very small breaks in between. The child is expected to sit, and that is not the age to sit. Because the Kriya
Mm.
Shakti is so, the body is asking for Kriya Shakti, and if that is not given to the child, what happens? That innate inertia builds in.
Yeah.
Alasya, something, a pramad is something which builds into the child to the extent that when the child grows up and becomes an adult, that is the time when that displays that lack of prana shakti is there. And a very unfortunate and a very recent example you would have seen, I think yesterday, there's another man who has committed suicide.
Mm.
There is, of course, there's a whole investigation going on whether who was right, who was wrong.
Yeah.
So the idea when and there was a few months back there was another case of I think this Subhash. There's another guy from Bangalore who had committed suicide, who had kind of written a very uh,
Yes, yes.
chronological and everything, who was genuinely a very a very disturbing case. But you see this, the person who was actually really passed away yesterday, not that what that person did, or basically taking your own life, where is something, or feeling weak and then immediately trying to kind of, the only solution you look for is that is a
Yeah.
lack of the bala, lack of the Atma bala, which leads to the
Mm.
fact that is when you give up this fight. So,
Right.
and time to actually develop that Atma bala or all kinds of balas is 6 to 10 years of age. That is when the Pranamaya Kosh is developing the most. So from a modern education system, that is a time that is a time for experiential learning when we say, which is the kinesthetic way of learning. So it
Mm.
is not that only, some kids are kinesthetic learners, some are this learners, some are that learners. That age
Mm.
itself, 6 to 10 years, is the age when actually teaching through activity is something which is gonna really, work the best way. So
Super.
that is the Pranamaya Kosha time. From 11 to 15 years of age is where the Manomaya Kosha or the mind develops the most. That is when the Avirbhav, or that is when the emotions actually start to develop. That is a time for the hormones to build. So at the bodily level also, there are changes in both,
Oh.
male and female. And the girls have a bigger change that comes in, then they start menstruating, they become
Mm.
Rajaswala. So that, and then from there, the life changes, the way
Yeah.
of teaching changes, the way of life changes for male and female. And that again, in the modern system, we are not doing it. We are forcing both of them to have exactly the same lifestyle, routine, everything, which is rather becoming detrimental, where you gradually see the overall health of a woman declining. So
Mm.
that is one aspect of it. So at that time, the emotions and how do emotions generate? From a modern perspective now, there are electrodes and hormones, right, which when secrete as when the emotions actually, which is essentially an electrode which actually develops. So that is a time when the Manomaya Kosh is developing. So everything which has to be done, that is the time for company. So from an
Oh.
education perspective also, that is a time to give good company to the child, which is
Mm.
good company at the level of, books and sahityas. That is when you introduce the easier and the bigger aspect of it. That is when you introduce literature, when the child starts to independently start learning certain things. By the age of 10 years, the family is the world. But at the most, a
Yeah.
very, few close friends and so. Even in schools, the attachments are not like that. If all of us, if we go back to our lives and try and see, most of the friends that we have are from the age group of 11 to 15 years. Because that is when the innate requirement or the feeling of sanidhya starts developing. Because the emotion coming, that is when the child gets exposed to the outer world, only exposed partially. So what happens at that time when the child is getting exposed, the job of the teachers and the job of the parents is to ensure they're channelizing the right things into the child. And that is why Sat Sahitya, the Sat Sangati, it is very important. And that is something which is actually happening to the children right now in that age group. The exposure to the digital media, the unhindered exposure to the digital media, YouTube and all those things is what is leading to lot of vikaras, lot of vikritis in the manas of children, which also exponentially grows on, once they become adults. That is the reason, this is the time for giving all the good things and be very involved, start engaging, having the samvada with this thing. Now, imagine in the modern system, a class, when the child is in this age, average class size is about 30 kids.
Yes.
Plus.
Yeah.
That is a time of samvada. A teacher is coming in. A teacher, imagine a situation. There's a teacher who's menstruating, who's Rajaswala. She is supposed to be resting, but she's supposed to come to the class, stand for the entire day, because that's how those private schools are run these days. The teachers are not allowed to sit. They're not supposed to sit in the class. They're supposed to stand and give their lectures and teach. So there's one such teacher, and there are 30 kids. Is it possible? And there is a 45-minute time because 8 subjects are supposed to be taught, or 4, 5, 6 subjects are supposed to be taught. So it only has 45 minutes. Do you think there is a possibility there's a time for samvada? There is no time for samvada. And that is a time when in modern times, parents already start, oh, this is what we want to make our child. They do not try to recognize their innate capability, something which is coming in, what is their interest area, and they start prepping them up for further things. So once they come back from the school is when the time of tuitions start. And then the child has to be a master at every sport. So they will go for the skating class, they'll go for the football class, they'll go for whatever classes. There is no time for samvada. So that is something which is not developing. The child later on becomes very unsocial when a person becomes an adult. And then comes the age of 16 to 20 years. That is where it is the idle centric, which is the Maitri Pradhan time, where the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the Tarka is developing. That is when the time when there is a lot of questions when coming. That is the time when the knowledge part comes into picture, not at the PG stage. This is the time when the right arguments are supposed to be provided. The questions need to be answered in the right fashion, so that the direction of the life further ahead stays in whatever way you want. So if you recollect that around 20 years of age, and 21 to 25 is a time for the Anandamaya Kosha to develop, which is generally we make a silo and associate it to Adhyatma. But Adhyatma is not something which actually develops, at the age of, or needs to be imparted from 21 years of age, or something which is left for retirement age. It is something which is encompassing, our entire, Bharatiya Shiksha. So, but that is a time to develop it the most. So that is where, all kind of yoga comes into picture. That is a time to explore from Deshatana Paddhati to go and meet and imbibe the aspects, the new aspects. And this is the age when the final skill development, basically being ready for start to earn a livelihood, is something which is there. So in Bharat or in the Gurukul education system, the age of finishing education or studies is 25 years. Not at the so-called the graduation level. And it is different for girls and boys because girls mature early. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that we, in women, in the 10th Adhyaya, in the Vibhuti Yoga, he says where all he is present in every being or in every padartha and every tattva. So say in the Stri, I am the Buddhi. He is the Dhi, the Smriti in women. They actually mature early. That is the reason there's always a difference which is recommended between the age difference. The man is, or the male is supposed to be, or the groom is supposed to be of a higher age. So imagine 25 years till 25 years age is when the child is studying or when a man is studying, and the woman kind of usually stops at 18, 19. Or the age is so. Because the woman matures early, and if at that is the gap, that is when both of them would be at the same mental level. And the Gurukula Shiksha, the Gurukul system talks about that, because at the graduation ceremony, when the Gurukula and Taittiriya Upanishad, that's when you have that in Shiksha Vali, is when the child or when the student is actually going away. I told you one assessment way of Nagarjuna.
Yes.
That is to check from his knowledge perspective. But when they part, that is when the guru provides some vachana, or rather takes some vachana from the shishya. Satyam vada dharmanchara. So
Hmm.
adhyayama ma pramadaha. And then he says, then you are supposed to give alimony to me, get the acharya, the dhanam, the artha, which is essentially the alimony. That means continue supporting the Gurukul, and also do not shy away from, or basically do not break the prajatantu. That means do not, you get married and then have a santan.
Right.
This is the graduation ceremony. Compare it to the modern graduation ceremony, where you get dressed in black robes in the modern way, this thing, and you throw off your, your hats
Hat.
and
Yeah.
whatever it is. So this is a very contrasting difference. So when we say that why there is a need, why do we need to talk about this, or what is the aspect of Panchakoshatmak Vikas? Because it is all encompassing. So here
Hmm.
in the modern system, we only continue to focus on academics. We keep on adding more subjects or add more elaborate details of a particular subject. And that's how we kind of keep compounding.